And I didn't start today with the Star Trek situation. Yesterday, I started with the short countdown time, and today I'm not. But anyway, because today we need to keep our presence on Earth. And before I start, I would like to express my condolences and support to Jewish community that experienced nasty attack on them yesterday in Manchester in the United Kingdom. And yeah, I know words cannot express the pain when you are attacked. However, I just thought that it is my duty to express my support to Jewish community because I have many great people in my network, and my thoughts and my prayers are with them and their families and their community. And I will come back to this. So here we are today. Here is another episode of the Clarity Boost with Lolita Reid, and I am Lolita Reid, as you can see. And again, today I will continue about my first P in the 8 P's Clarity Business Framework. And the first P, as you already may know, is presence. So why talk about presence today? Or continue talking about presence today? Well, my intention is today to cover the area of values, personal core values. And I will keep it short. And why? And some people might think, what is that to do with business? Well, everything. Because you, as a person, I am the core element of my business and the core element of my life. So how I stand, how I show up in the world, that sets stage for everything else. So we'll talk about values, but I want to come back to the incident. Not incident, like why would I use incident? It was purely an attack on peaceful worshiping of God, peaceful people. And what bugs me most, that after that, few hours after that, there were pro-Palestinian protests or marches. I don't know what even to call these activities. So it is okay. As I said before, it is totally fine to have your strong values. But what we need to do, we need to look how we live our values. And personally, this is my personal opinion, so you can agree to disagree, that's fine. I'm not here to please everyone. I'm here to share my insights. And so you can then go and do your research and make your informed decision. And when I say do your research, look, don't do your research on the mainstream media. The same mainstream media put you in lockdowns a few years ago, called you granny killers and so on, or other names, and you believe them. So now whatever is going on, and if you do your research in the mainstream media, then just remember, the mainstream media is the same organization or the same system that put you in lockdowns. that called you names, that made you be afraid, that made you to go and get that vaccine, not because of the health issues, but because you wanted to travel or because you didn't want to be a granny killer. So do your research, but find the source that is in alignment with who you are. And the main research is your heart. Come back to you. Come back to your heart. Revisit and reflect your values and remember to reflect on how you live your values. So if you are the person who says, I'm for, one of my values is peace, freedom, and so on, then see how you exercise this. Then see how you live your values. If you go and support terrorist organization after the hateful attack on peaceful gathering, then I'm telling you, you need to reevaluate your values. And I'm not saying that you are right or you are wrong. I'm just asking you to sit down, switch off your phone and your TV and reevaluate your values. Because you cannot be for peace if you support terrorist organization. You cannot. Some things do not work in a way we would wish they would work. So anyway, so today I want to share with you an exercise that you can adapt that exercise in any shape or form suits you. But I want you to go and find the list of universal values. And there are like many of them, but if you will go on scottjeffrey.com/forward/core values list, he has a list of values, universal values, that you can look at them and pick 10 most appealing to you. Some of them will be similar. So anyway, but go and have an intention to pick the right values for you. And without heavy thinking, just go and pick 10. And then make or write on A4, make 3 columns. And one of the column can be, just need to check, not important, because you will pick 10 values, and some, then when you look at them, they will be not that important to you. Then another column, the second one, important, and the third one, very important. So if you pick 10, or maybe even more, try to fit those values in those 3 columns: not important, important, and very important. And then look at very important column. Very important column probably will be those values that you want to live them, that you stand for those values. So look at that column, and if you have more than 5 in there, again, narrow it only to 5. Narrow it to 5, and then reflect. Reflect. And I can share some prompts. I will share now a few questions. So when you look at each of those 5 values that are very important, and when I say very important, you are not compromising on them. That's how important they are. And you can use these questions, and I will share with you. And one of the questions is, when you look at one of those 5, what does this value mean to me personally? And I mean personally, not because mainstream media said to you support that group or another, not because your politicians, the one that you worship or admire, tells you to do or to live this value. No, personally. What does this value means to me personally? The second question you can reflect is, how well am I living this value right now? And this is again very important. You can give yourself a score from 1 to 10 or from 1 to 5. Choose your own. I'm not giving you, literally what to do, the instruction, but adapt this exercise to your own need and how you operate. Give yourself a score. How do I live it? So if I support peace and I go and support terrorist group, and by the way, to come back to this, I know in your heart you feel that you support Palestinian people, but do you really? Do you really? Do your research. Hamas use their own people as shields. They sacrifice their own people. They sacrifice their own people so they can push the can't even pronounce today the word, push their agenda, which is violence, and they have no intention to look after their own people. They want to be in power, and they want to show the world that look at us. This is, speaking in plain housewives language. And of course you can do your research, and I say, but your research should come from here. So anyway, so how do I live these values, or how I'm living these values? The third question is very important. You can ask yourself when you look at each of these values that you have in very important column, where am I honoring it and where am I compromising it? Because of course, look, I do get it. I do understand. We need to have, we sometimes compromise some things, but at what expense? And even come back to this again, when you support somebody or something or some group and you think this cause is amazing and everything, also look at your personal experience. Many times we support something or someone because we had similar experience in the past. We were hurt by similar situation. We felt oppressed. We felt traumatized. So very often we support some cause because we had personal experience related to that cause, and that is fine. However, if you support hate, then you cannot support peace. So this is my invitation to reflect. And the last question you can use, but of course you can use your own questions. What is one small shift I could make to live this value more fully? Choose that one step today that will support your values. Choose that one action you are going to make that you will contribute to less destruction, to less division, and everything, and make that intention that everything you are going to do today will be from love. Because how do we know that something is not right? It is very simple. We have our own filters, as I say, but my filter is if I do something, and if I do that with hate, from the place with hate, and I do that, don't get me wrong, I'm not Jesus and I'm not even Mother Teresa. So we have to be aware how we stand up every single day. And it is quite easy, to be honest. Do I do this with love or do I do this with hate? Love, hate, love. And then, everything will become easier. When you start living your life from love, the life will be easier. This planet will become a better place. But until we will get there, individually, We are responsible for our own actions. And yesterday I talked about responsibility. So you can come back to the video from yesterday or from live from yesterday, and you will see this is your responsibility to do, to make choices, to speak your words with love. It's your responsibility. And it is very easy. Everything you say, everything you do, whether this comes from love or whether this comes from hate. And you don't need to be religious. You don't need to believe in any God if you don't want to. But you need to understand that if you put petrol in the fire or diesel or whatever, the fire will get bigger. You will not put that fire down by putting petrol in it. And that's the old of old people's sayings. Like, I'm not saying old people, but folk tales. So just remember, come back to yourself. Do your research in your heart. Have your values. Reflect. And choose to live today from the place of love. That's my message for you today. And I hope I didn't contribute to more division, but if I did, this is how it is. Sometimes division, we have to create division to see who is who and just to have an opportunity to reflect on our values. So I will finish, because I just decided to finish all the time now, to finish with Ho'oponopono forgiveness prayer. And this is, this prayer can be used in every situation and by everyone. You don't need to believe in God. You don't need to believe in universe. You just need to believe that hate will not create peace. Never was and never will. So if you feel safe, close your eyes. If not, just read the lines and start with yourself. This prayer is not about them. This prayer is about you. We are clearing and cleaning that inner shit that makes us to act as we are hateful beings. We are not. We are soulful beings. We have soul and we have light inside us. So please open your heart and stop dimming your light with hate. So I wanted to say let's pray, but it's not a let's pray. It's just let's clear that inner shit. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And may light be with you. Blessings and much love. See you next.